Today we are talking about how eBay is shutting down the global shipping program for their new program. It's called eBay International Shipping. We're going to dive into exactly what that is and exactly what you need to do to make sure that you have this on your listings so that you can sell internationally. So let's dive right in. Before we actually break this down, and like I said, I've had this on here, but I honestly didn't know. So I'm going to kind of read through this with you guys and show you every single thing that is new about this and what's different from the global shipping program. But before we break that down, let's talk about some of the problems that global shipping program has had and why I think that they are actually getting rid of this. One of the main problems I've had is buyers complaining about how much shipping is, and I agree with them. So basically, with the global shipping program, all you had to do was ship items to Kentucky, and then the buyer would pay to ship it from there to them. So sometimes the buyer would pay 2, 3 times the amount that they would actually pay for the whole item in just shipping. So I really understand their concern there. It did take a lot of the pressure off of us sellers, and that's why I really like the global shipping program. But I hope this new program is able to cut down on the costs for the buyers, which would in turn help us make more sales as sellers. The second thing I've had issues with the global shipping program has been occasional scammers saying that the item is not as described or it got there broken or whatever. And then eBay pretty much just leaves the seller out to dry and says, hey, you've got to return this item. You figure out how to get a label from Israel to the US. They literally don't help you with the labels or anything. And you're kind of just hung out to dry. And if you're not able to get a label, the case will end up just closing and the buyer gets the refund and the item. This has only happened to me a couple times. Luckily, since eBay for Business has been on Facebook, they've helped to work me through some of these situations, but this has just been a problem I've seen other people have with the global shipping program as well. So I hope that eBay takes this into account with the new program. But without further ado, let's dive right into this new program. I honestly am excited to see what this is all about. Again, I've had this going for about a month and a half now after checking back through my messages and seeing when I actually got enrolled in it. And I was wondering why I was having packages go to like Illinois. I believe the new program for this one goes to Illinois, whereas the global shipping program was Kentucky. Maybe they'll switch it around and there'll be some different hubs, but I thought it was interesting that I had some international shipments going through Illinois. So basically, the first thing it says here is that this new program keeps everything you love about the global shipping program and eBay International Standard Delivery. That was another eBay International delivery service. That one you weren't really covered as much as you were under global shipping, so I never really understood that one or why people use that. I always recommended the global shipping program. And then it says, plus it comes with exciting additions like lower costs and eBay handling returns and refunds while you keep the sale. So that sounds like they're lowering the cost for the buyer. I'm guessing lower cost means lower shipping costs for them, which should increase sales for us. And eBay is handling the returns and the refunds, which is what I just said I was hoping they would do, so that we can't get scammed and we don't have to try to generate shipping labels for out of the country and we get to keep the sale. So it sounds like eBay is taking on more of the risk, which is pretty awesome, actually. Then the next thing here just goes even more in depth on the returns and the refunds. It says if the buyer opens a return, eBay will issue a refund at no cost to you. You keep the sale. That's absolutely crazy. Like, eBay is raking it in anyways, so I think this is actually a really smart move for them. Honestly, helping differentiate them from Amazon with the international shipping, that they are literally taking all the risk. They are actually like siding with the sellers one time. And here we go with the discounted shipping rates I was hoping for. Buyers will see lower shipping costs, making your listings more competitive. And by the end of the year, eBay will allow buyers to choose whether to pay import taxes at checkout or upon delivery. So it is going to lower their costs, which should increase our sales. So that's really awesome. And it looks like they are expanding it to new countries. So if you didn't know, eBay's global shipping program was not literally every country. It was just select countries. So it looks like the new program will put you in front of 200 plus new markets on top of what global shipping program was already getting. So that's really awesome. Same exact thing as the global shipping program. It looks like with the shipping process, you're not going to have to do anything special. Just pack up the item like normal. Like we talked about in that global shipping program video, you do not have to do anything special. A lot of people think and worry and they don't want to turn this on because they're like, I don't know how to send it to this global shipping hub. Literally all you have to do is just print the label off like normal. It already has it on there. If you're generating your label somewhere else, just copy the address the exact same. All it literally has is like International Boulevard or wherever it's going, whatever the shipping hub name is. And then under it, it'll say eBay and then a colon, and it'll have like a 7-8 digit code of just numbers and letters. And that is the code they go off of when they get it. So that's how they identify your item. So definitely if you're getting your labels elsewhere, you're going to want to make sure to include that full address with the code. and you are perfectly fine. And then it looks like enhanced seller protections. This is another thing I was worried about. This is awesome. Once your item is at our hub, you're protected against claims like item not received, chargeback, and negative or neutral feedback. That's really awesome. So we can't get a negative or neutral feedback, it looks like, after it's already been through the hub. So I guess they can only leave us positive feedback. That's not a bad thing at all. And like I said earlier, if you have global shipping program on, when you're in this new program, they're going to automatically change all of your listings over. That's why I didn't even know this new program was a thing until I saw that message. So you don't have to do anything special. It looks like you will have to enroll in this program if you're not already. That's kind of how global shipping program was as well. And once you're enrolled, you're good and set to go. If you need help on enrolling, I would honestly just message eBay for Business on Facebook. They are so helpful in everything, and that is the go-to place for eBay customer service, in my opinion. Oh, and this is really cool here at the bottom. This shows exactly what your buyers are paying based on weight. So again, if you're using international shipping options, make sure that when you are putting in your weight and dimensions on your listings that they are accurate, or eBay is going to have to charge you a surcharge when they go through the center, because say you put it at 1 pound and it's 2, 3 pounds. Well, the buyer only paid that 1 pound rate. So eBay would then have to take the 2, 3 pound rate and pay the difference. And they're not going to do that, which rightfully so. You put the wrong weight and dimensions. So just make sure to do that so that you're not getting upcharged any extra. But that's pretty cool. They're actually showing what it's going to cost to ship based on different weights here. That is way less than it was. I mean, people were paying for first class to Canada. They were paying like $80 for a hat. So to see that it's only $13 on here, or $10 for first class, that's really awesome. I'll put up this little chart here that compares eBay Global Shipping Program, eBay International Standard Delivery, which were the two that you could choose from before, and eBay's new program, eBay International Shipping. And just from what I'm reading here today, I would highly recommend doing this. This only opens up your customer base to so many more people to allow you to make more sales outside of just the US. And I think it's really awesome that it looks like eBay is finally putting the sellers first in something, with lots of protections in place. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you can sell internationally, I would definitely recommend doing so with eBay's new international shipping program, as it looks like it's about as safe as selling something in the US now. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, you can do so at millennial_profit. You can also check out my cook group down below, first link in the description, where we post daily online leads, in-store leads, have reduced shipping labels, exclusive wholesale, and are just loaded with ways and people showing how to make money in there. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out, first link in the description. There's money to be made everywhere, guys. Let's go get it. Thank you for watching The Millennial Prophet.